JY's back in the building with my closing thoughts for today. I do a lot of thinking, as you would expect. Too much thinking. I make a lot of videos talking about the only person you should compete with is yourself. There are a lot of guys on YouTube I've heard, and to some degree they're right. You know, you're competing with other men, and let's just be clear right now, innit? If you don't believe as a man you're ambitious, if you don't believe as a man you want to be rich, powerful and strong, if you don't believe that that's got anything to do with women, you're sadly mistaken, innit? Because if every woman on planet Earth disappeared right now, yeah, men would have no fucking ambition. Men would not care about being the biggest, the strongest, the richest, the most respected and that. So the man on YouTube and that in the manosphere, they are right to some degree when they say that you are in competition with other men. But I don't believe in being ambitious, becoming the richest man or the most powerful or the strongest man to outcompete other men. I believe in just competing against myself and becoming the best version of myself, because there's going to be people that I'm going to be better than by default, effortless. And there's going to be people that maybe no matter how much I work and become stronger and that, they're just, you know, they're going to be a little bit better than man, innit? Yeah? I'll never meet them because they'll be so far away on planet Earth or on another planet. I ain't going to meet them. But so I believe as a man, you're supposed to just compete against yourself, become the best version of yourself. And I've used this analogy a few times and I'll use it again. You could be in class as a youth man and you could get a B in your maths exam. That's all well and good. You got a B. Everyone else in your class got C's and D's and that. That's all well and good. But if really and truly you're an A-star student and you get a B, like, you failed yourself, bro. Yeah, you've beaten everyone in your class, but have you done the best that you could have done? If you're a B student, if you're an A student and you're getting B's, although everyone else got C's and D's and that, blood, you slightly failed yourself to some degree because you have not worked to your full potential on that. So it's not about outclassing the people that are around you. It's about doing the best that you can. Because certain people, they might just have an advantage. They might just be better at maths than everyone naturally, by default. Anyway, I'm driving my car earlier today. And I can't remember what I was thinking about. Something to do with, you know, being the best version of yourself and that, and not trying to compete with other men or whatever, innit? And I was thinking to myself, obviously, as men, naturally, we got testosterone and that makes us competitive and that. So maybe naturally, like, we're predisposed to wanting to outcompete and beat our friends. Come on, as a youth man, you used to play Tekken or Gran Turismo or whatever, Pro Evolution, FIFA and that. You're used to trying to outcompete your brethren and that, because I used to use bashing on the joystick and that, playing video games. So from a young age, we're predisposed to wanting to be better than the next man, even play fighting and that. I mean, you don't, when you used to ramp and play fight with your brethren and that, you weren't hoping to lose, you was hoping to beat him up, innit? Yeah, like, but you have to be careful. If you've got a man around you, a friend or even like a family member around you, if you feel like this person is on sly, trying to compete with you, then you got to be careful, innit? Because first and foremost, on that, if you feel like someone's trying to compete with you on sly, like they say little things here and there and that, just believe, yeah, that's just like 30% of what they're truly thinking. You know, no one's ever 100% with people and that most of the time. So if a man is saying stuff and then you're picking up on it and like, right, I believe that my man's trying to compete with man and that, just know, say, yeah, he's only giving you a little bit of what he's thinking and that. And really and truly, you need to be careful of a man that is trying to compete with you. Because think about it this way. What does the word competition mean? Now, I'm not trying to give you no textbook definition of the word competition. Don't get it twisted. Some idiot in the comment section will go, oh, it actually means this. But when you're in competition with someone else or another team, you want the other person or the other team to fail. So if you're with a friend, you got a friend around you that's slyly in competition. You're picking up on little signs from this person, like they're in competition. then they slyly want you to fail. For example, Arsenal could be playing Tottenham. Do you think when Arsenal steps out on the pitch, do you think they are hoping for Tottenham to mess up and that, or something to go wrong and that? You know Arsenal are hoping for Tottenham to fail so that they can beat them, so they can win. You know they're hoping for Tottenham's downfall. Whatever, man get a red card or whatever. Someone, you know what I'm trying to say? If a man's in competition with you, slyly, he's hoping for your downfall. Slyly, he's hoping that you fail so that he can overtake you and that. Trust me, man, a dangerous man, blood. I've had man around, man, make little comments and that. And obviously, can't touch me in it, but I pay attention to shit. I just know on it. I've heard man say to me, yeah, man, the lease in the car thing is long, you know. Like, blood, when you're paying £500 a month, blood, you just see the money just draining out of your account and that. If I was you, blood, well, I wouldn't even bother lease a car and that, but just stick to what you got, or like if you do, like just buy a little cheap car outright and that. And then what? 6 months later, a man's driving an almost brand new car and that. Man saying that to you, a man will say that to you so that you don't drive, because a man knows you got paper in it. You might not be rich, but you're good for cash in it. A man will say that to you so that you don't go and buy a car that's probably better than what he's looking to buy, blood. Man are trying to compete with you. Man are trying to keep you down, blood. Made videos about this already. There's certain people, they will drive nice cars and that to impress those around them. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I got a Mercedes, blood. I'm one of the guys now. Pull up at the traffic lights just to get some validation and attention from a next man that you don't know, he's never gonna know. So that's to impress people. But there's some people, they want to drive a nice car. They want to have a Range Rover or Porsche or whatever in it, yeah? Not to impress people, but to suppress those around them, because they're in competition with those around them. So they want to keep those around them low. Man, to be careful with man that are ultra competitive with their friends and that. Remember, if they're making sly little comments, and I've heard man say, blood, you know what? I can see you driving like a BMW, you know. And I remember I told my girl, and she even picked up on it. She was like, rah, I wonder if my man said that to you because he's driving a certain caliber of car, and more than likely soon you're gonna get a new car and that. So he's trying to like influence you to get a certain caliber of car, because obviously we know that BMWs is less than like a Mercedes or something like that, innit? Yeah. The BMWs rank a little bit lower than Mercedes and that. Certain man is nuts with this thing, blood. Like certain man really don't want man to. Certain man will really feel away if a man is driving a better car than him. Why? I don't fucking know. Like like to say the car that a next man is driving is really gonna affect you, fam. Yeah, man, just be careful with people around you that you feel like they're trying to compete with you and that. Because if they even usher in a few little words here and there, just know that is definitely on their mind, blood. Okay, people only let a little bit out. Yeah? But if you hear a man or a gal, you might be a chick watching this right now, saying 1, 2 little comments and that, just know that's what they're thinking on sly. Yeah. Like imagine you could read their mind, fam. You know what they're really truly thinking. What's going on in their head. So just be careful of anyone that's trying to compete with you and that. They basically want you to fall. They're hoping for your downfall. Like I gave the analogy with Arsenal and Tottenham and that. When they both step on the pitch and that, both teams are hoping for the other team's downfall. They're not hoping that the other team wins. They're in competition with them, so they want them to lose. So if you feel like you've got a man or a gal around you, family member around you, that you feel like they're always constantly trying to compete with you on sly, just know they want you to fail, fam. on Sly. That's it for today, man. Stay wise. Done now.